Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in this brand new year 2016. You're watching Auto Today. Well, what is your New Year resolution? My New Year resolution is that I should have a round the world tour in a Land Rover Discovery. Land Rover? Are you listening? And here's what we have lined up for this week. We get down and dirty at the JK Tyre 4x4 Offroading Event in beautiful Arunachal. Then we catch up with our Auto Today team on the second leg of the Hyundai Creta Great Indian Drive. Follow it up with a spin on the new Ford Endeavour and give you a solution to our city's mounting pollution crisis. Now, nestled in the far corners of Arunachal Pradesh is a small town called Dambuk, where a bunch of mean and mad off-roaders have gathered to stir up a storm. Let's take you straight to the JK Tyre Orange 4x4 Fury.
It was the orange groves that intrigued us. Arunachal has them, hillsides full of them, did you know? But this was no trip through the orchard. No siree, we were here for a hardcore 4x4 motorsport off-road event. The JK Tyres 4x4 Orange Fury. Where the adventure began right from the word go, even before the flag-off. A choppy ferry ride across the Brahmaputra landed us on pothole roads that snaked into Arunachal's lower Dibang Valley. Our destination was the quaint village of Dambuk. Surrounded by high mountains, wide expanses of rocky riverbed, Dambuk was the perfect tough terrain for some serious rough sporting action. And action there was. 26 teams from across the country with vehicles ranging from the old faithful Maruti Gypsy to bulky SUVs with sprightly quads rolled down into the Sisa River to start off with the first obstacle course. Rated on their driving skills, courage and teamwork, this leg saw most teams successfully negotiate the course in the given time. The second course, spread across the Sine riverbed, was no different. Spinning wheels, grit, steep downhill section, cars hauled with winches and perfect coordination between team members. They too witnessed some serious hair-raising action. A 400-meter circuit across the Dibang River. And then up that steep incline proved to be the Waterloo for quite a few of the teams. Some, like the foursome from Chandigarh team Gerari, made it look like a cakewalk. Others didn't quite make it. Grounded in deep water, broken axle, fight for traction, stuck at a precarious angle. But try they all did, and it was all that off-road motoring ought to be. Precise, practice teamwork and adrenaline-pumping endeavour.
फिर वो गड्डी गई, फिर वही अगे रखे, फिर गड्डी गई। in forward position here.
All four wheels have to go over the plank.
And the reverse challenge starts from here.
But if you use the planks, you have to place them back.
It was them versus nature till now, but day 3 changed that.
Steady.
Behind the bunker. All of you get.
It was after all the last day. The stakes were high and so was the level of difficulty. Five man-made obstacles stood between the teams and the trophy.
This is the final day. We start from there with the axle twisters, where the cars are going to be showing their articulation, where it's going to be quite exciting. Cars going into the ditch, coming out, it's like crawling literally after a few drinks, and then come out here, and then this is quite challenging is here as well. There's a big drip, big drop, chances of rolling over. So technique will be seen by the participants. Whether they winch them out or they use their ladders or they're allowed to use the logs as well. Those are the heaviest logs in the world. They're pretty heavy, and Lakpa's chosen them especially for all the friendly participants he's invited here. And after that there's this bridge building exercise where there are 3 ditches. The same logs need to be placed between the thing, and cars go over that. So a lot of physical activity this morning.
Okay, what about those tires there?
That's also quite challenging. You got to keep both the wheels on top of those tires for a start. They get penalty points if they go off the tires. And yeah, but those cars are monsters. They should be able to handle that.
Are you okay with both cars crossing or one car crossing?
And as the teams chalked up their game plan, we checked up on them.
Looks tough.
Yeah, it looks really tough.
Things are like, let's do it.
Good track. Yeah. What about that huge ditch that I keep everyone talking about?
Not a problem.
Not a problem. Tougher than yesterday?
Yeah, a little bit. I think we need to have a little bit of physical fitness to do this. It is doable. We have already done it in Malaysia.
Today is a lot of hard work, a lot of physical fitness, which, as you can see, we are lacking.
And what a roller coaster this was. Definitely not for the faint-hearted nor the unfit. Over muddy tracks, over those ditches, haul up those logs to build a bridge of sorts above a deep ditch and get your vehicle across. Drive over that tire bridge, and if you succeed in all that within the stipulated time, deal with those tire-busting rocks on your way out. While the Girari boys from Chandigarh clinched the top trophy and first runner-up position in the open competition, 2 local teams dazzled up the Northeast category.
First part of the Great India Drive in the Hyundai Creta, our boys were left huffing and puffing as they came down from the dizzying mountains of the north. They finally managed to reach Delhi, but the boys decided to push the limits, and that is why they took the Creta onto its second leg, the journey right up to Sikkim.
After tackling the mighty Himalayas in Ladakh, our team on the Great India Drive had 1600 kilometers of plains to cross. A journey which took them through the heart of India and brought them to the rolling tea gardens of Darjeeling.
We are on the outskirts of Darjeeling, and before we head off into Sikkim to start off the second leg, we decided to explore the outskirts of Darjeeling and catch up with the toy train. The very famous toy train that starred in so many Bollywood movies, and film it with the Creta on the Great India Drive.
The Hyundai Creta hit the twisties where it would spend a lot of its time in the next few days. It was smooth sailing as the team headed towards Yuksum in Sikkim, even catching a glimpse of the famous toy train of Darjeeling. But as luck would have it, entering Sikkim wasn't going to be an easy task. Brought to a dead halt, the team had to face a broken bridge that cost them a lot of time. An agonizing 2 hours later, hope came in the form of workers who mended the bridge quickly as the team made their way forward. The team finally entered Sikkim, and it was evening by the time they hit Yuksum. In order to cover lost time, the boys buckled up and headed early for Gangtok. The Kanchenjunga Falls provided a breathtaking view as the team took a little break, but there was more breathtaking scenery to be enjoyed as the team made their way towards Pelling. The helipad in Pelling, nestled high in the mountains, offers spectacular views of the majestic Kanchenjunga. A visit to the Pema Yangtze monastery was a must before heading off to Ravangla, where they would stop to visit the Buddha Park and Gonjang monastery. The team entered Gangtok by 6 in the evening, and along the way, the Creta's sheer capabilities became apparent. Bad roads were aplenty, but the compact SUV with its capable suspension kept the guys in adequate comfort. The next morning saw the team have an earlier start than usual to cover the sights and sounds of Gangtok. The Rumtek monastery was originally built in the mid-1700s and is the largest in Sikkim today.
What you see behind me is Gangtok, the capital of Sikkim. A beautiful city and one of the biggest I've seen, one of the biggest hill stations I've seen actually. It is remarkable for its cleanliness and the friendliness of its people. We've had a great time exploring Sikkim for the last few days, and I'm heading back to Delhi, and taking over from me will be Kshitij, who will continue the Great India Drive with the Hyundai Creta forward.
Now let's do a little bit of a trick thingy here. I'm deliberately, on purpose, standing in front of the logo of this machine right behind me. Now, any guesses what this car is? Look at the headlamps, look at the grille. No? Well, I won't keep the suspense going on. Let me move aside and show you what this company is up to. Yes, Ford, the American giant, after successfully launching the Ford EcoSport, has suddenly realized about its original SUV. This is the Ford Endeavour, the 2016 Ford Endeavour, and Kshitij Sharma took a spin of this beast. You know where? In the jungles of Thailand.
Ford took us to a small paradise in northern Thailand, Chiang Rai, to meet Ford's most awaited SUV, the new Ford Endeavour.
When Ford first launched the Endeavour, it was 2003, and it was the car to have if you wanted to make an impression or make an entrance, or just the fact that you were an SUV enthusiast. In 2008, however, Toyota came out with the Fortuner, and the Endeavour limped on ever since. But now, Ford has decided that it will give the Endeavour another shot.
The new Endeavour now looks like a full-blown SUV. The front sports a Butch hexagonal 3-slat grille with Mustang-esque headlamps on either side. And it's hard to miss the massively flared wheel arches. The car sits on brushed aluminium, diamond-cut wheels adorning chunky tires. The interior is dripping with luxury. Leather adorns most of the cabin, including the dashboard, seats and the steering wheel. It also gets the new Sync 2 system with a touchscreen interface and will also feature an Indian accent. The seats are comfortable and the cabin inside feels plush. There is climate control for the rear passengers with vents on the roof, which also houses a panoramic sunroof. The third row is electrically foldable, though it's only for kids. An SUV's true ability is not on the road, but its performance off it. And to know the Endeavour's true mettle, we pit it up against the jungles of Thailand. The Endeavour tackled water wading, steep hills, muck and slush with its feet on the table and a coffee in its hand. Ford's terrain management system offers 4 different modes: normal, mud, snow, grass, sand and rock. And each mode is set up individually to best tackle different terrains. Back on the road, the Endeavour feels calm and composed, albeit a bit of body roll while cornering like any other SUV. 470 Nm of torque is an impressive figure, but feels only adequate for this over 2-ton car. Acceleration is gentle, but under normal driving conditions, the dearth of torque is rarely felt. There's also the ride quality, which is quite good on and off the road.
We've been driving the Everest, or the Endeavour as it will be called when it comes to India 6 months down the line, for almost the entire day. I will not beat around the bush here and come straight to the point. The point is that this car has left us quite impressed. It's comfortable, it rides well, and it handles like a Ford should. But the critical point here, and that will matter the most, is what will it be priced at? With all the technology like the terrain management system, the reworked suspension and the engine could get the price a little higher. Maybe even a tad higher than its main competition, the Fortuner. But even then, this will be quite a value for money car.
Now, with pollution levels and the suspended particulate matter looking in cities almost like this, one really wonders that the time has in fact come to shift to certain eco-friendly vehicles, to do your bit. Well, take a look at these options.
The only all-electric vehicle available in India is the Mahindra E20. Just plug it in, leave it for a few hours, and you are good for 80 kilometers. But what's more important is the fact that there is zero emission. If you thought eco-friendly couldn't be stylish or luxurious, then take a look at Toyota Camry Hybrid. It uses an electric motor when you are trotting in traffic, but when you put your foot down, a 2.5-litre engine will kick in. That is still saving the environment where it matters the most. Possibly the most famous hybrid and the first widely sold eco car, the Prius, averages a combined efficiency of approximately 25 kilometers per litre from its electric and petrol motor. The Go Faster species of the Green Brigade are not just stopping at luxury cars, as BMW stepped in with a proper sports car using a low-consumption, low-emission hybrid. It has a range of 530 kilometers, which is unheard of among gas-guzzling supercars. Electric scooters can save you a lot of fuel bills and unnecessary use of bigger vehicles, especially on those grocery jaunts. Here's one from Hero Electric, claiming an impressive 65 to 80 kilometer range in one charge.
Well, that's it then in this week's edition of Auto Today. We'll see you next week with many more exciting reviews, many more interesting things that surround the world of automobiles. This is me, Sanket Upadhyay, turning off the ignition for now.